That's right. We're right here at WCRS. We can remember stuff. Today, I have us on the radio. I have us live on Facebook. I have a guest in the studio. Penny's in the studio here today. I think we're back to full-blown Meet Me at the Diner show. So how's everybody doing this morning? I tell you what, we have a great guest with us here today. She grew up in Greenwood Community Theater. She is about to graduate from Belmont University. And her name? Nora Jones. That's right. We have Nora Jones right here in person with us here this afternoon. So, Nora, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You are directing a new play, right?
I am at the Greenwood Community Theater. I am directing Hamlet.
Hamlet.
Yes.
There's a heavy-duty one.
Yeah, it's not our normal light-hearted summer shakes, if you will.
Right. I tell you what you did with, what's his name, Susan Guest?
Yeah, Susan Glaspel.
Yes, those were really fun. You did a great job with those.
Thank you. I appreciate that. They were a lot of fun to do.
Yes. So tell us what you've done this past year. What have you done this past year in school as a rising senior, I guess?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I am graduating in December, as you mentioned, and this past year, I've just been really busy with directing as much as I can. I was able to assistant direct the Games Afoot at Belmont University, and then I dramaturged for Nashville Shakespeare and Belmont University. They put on Pride and Prejudice, so I was able to work with a professional company for that production.
Oh, nice downer project.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Absolutely. And I just directed for my friend Nick Benefield. He's a composition major, and he wrote an original work, Driving On, that I was able to direct and write the book for that. So that was fun, and that's what I did during the school year, other than classes and all the other things that are involved with being a student.
Right.
Yeah.
Student life,
yes. If you will. Yes.
The fun things.
Yes.
Are you going to miss any of those things when you graduate in December?
Oh, yeah, of course I am. I am. But half of my friends graduated in the spring and half of them are still there. So I kind of feel ready to move on and graduate. As much as I've loved Belmont and I love my friends and the community that I've made there, I'm ready to step into the big girl world, if you will.
Put your big girl panties
yes,
on.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it. So, but this summer, weren't you in Wisconsin?
I was, yes.
What happened there?
So I worked my first professional directing gig at St. Croix Festival Theater in Wisconsin in St. Croix Falls. It's right on the border of Minnesota. I actually was asked by my directing professor at Belmont, Tracy Ledford, to step into the project as her assistant director. So I went up there with her, and we were there for a little over a month, and I helped with assistant directing, just some other technical elements, getting the show on its feet. I was able to block 2 scenes of the show. I blocked all the transitions in the show, and just helped give actors notes and one-on-one sessions, and it was a really awesome experience. It was nice to be able to work in a professional theater setting, and which is what I'm hopefully aiming to do more after college. So it was kind of a nice stepping stone to do that with my directing professor too. It felt like bowling with bumper lanes a little bit, to have someone there to walk me through everything. But it was a really great experience, and it was a lot of fun. And now I'm back in Greenwood for the rest of summer before I go back to school.
When do you go back to school?
I should go back around August 18th, August 17th. I know I should know the exact date, but
in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. I'll look at my school schedule after Hamlin and be like, oh yeah, okay, that's when I need to be there.
Well, that's great. Now you are going to be in your final senior semester.
Yes.
So you're graduating in December.
Yes.
So what are you going to be doing when you go back for this last semester besides having a great time?
Well, besides having the great time, I will be directing my senior capstone project for my degree, because all senior directing majors have to direct a full-length play. And that will be The Maids by Jean Genet, which is a absurdist theater of cruelty-esque type of play, not your
You
normal.
like those kind of plays, don't you?
I really do. I like the quirky ones. I mean, I love some realism. Like Susan Glaspell last year was realism, and it was awesome to do that in a comedic style. But I really wanted to do something a little weird because I was thinking, well, in the professional world, my first gig's coming out. Like, how likely is it going to be that I get to do this off the wall French playwright, absurdist drama? You know, I'll probably be doing something a little bit more family friendly, going into like more local theaters. So
Right.
I was like, let me do something a little different for my senior project. But I'm really excited. It's a small cast. It's going to be me and 3 very talented females that I've casted at school and, or cast at school. Sorry, I misspoke. And I'm excited to work with them, and we'll see what else I'm doing this semester. I will maybe be assistant directing for the musical theater department as well. I still got to work out the plans with that, but I am excited to do my classes and graduate. Yeah.
Well, that's great. Now, have you done any writing? I mean, I would think that as a person that is directing, do you do any writing?
Yeah, I do writing. And I started actually this last school year. The directing majors are required to take script writing 1 and script writing 2. And I actually at first was dreading the class. I was thinking, I'm not going to enjoy this. I just want to direct. I don't want to be writing. But I ended up loving it. And I wrote absurdist style plays just to experiment. I've really been into them this year. And
Right.
yeah. And one of them actually got selected to be performed at Belmont.
Wow,
Yes.
that's quite an honor.
Yes, it was called Lady in Waiting. It was a short play. It was probably like a 25-minute play, but it was really interesting and really fun to do because the director came to me and said, I really want to direct this and I'd be willing to let you rewrite anything you want to. So I rewrote because I wasn't expecting that to get staged.
Right,
And I went,
right.
well, let me iron out some kinks in the script. And then I gave it back to her and they did it and it got some really great feedback. So it's not my main goal to be a script writer, but I think it's definitely something I'll want to keep doing and start producing more works just because it's interesting to me and I find it fun.
Well, I mean, as a director, there's nothing like being able to fill in the blanks if you have a space where you need to change it up a little bit, right?
Right. And then you don't have to pay for copyright either or for production rights for buying a script because you've just written it. So
Right, exactly.
that is nice.
That is nice. So what's the goal? What's the goal for Nora Jones futuristically?
I would say just to be able to support myself financially and continue working in the arts
Right.
is the grand goal.
That's difficult.
Yeah,
isn't
it is. But, and I expect to work day jobs in other areas that I also enjoy. I mean, I work at a flower shop in Nashville too on the side that I enjoy, and I'm, fine doing that to support myself while finding career paths in the arts. However, I know much further down the line I want to go to grad school for directing. However, those are really competitive programs, especially right out of college. So I'll need to build up my resume and portfolio with more professional works before I start applying to that.
So what will you do over the next year then? What is the plan?
Yeah, I'll be applying to various apprenticeships for directing. Most of those are year-long, housing included, stipend included, directing, usually assistant directing for a company for a year. So I'll be applying to various ones of those and see what lands, what doesn't, and otherwise I'll be just working with Nashville connections and other professional theater connections to hopefully be booking most likely assistant directing gigs.
Where would you like to go, Nora?
Well,
If the world was your oyster, where would you like to go?
ideally I'd like to end up in New York.
New York! Oh my
Yes.
God, that place is a wreck right now, Nora.
Or at least up in the east area,
Right.
just because of the theater scenes that are up there. I've got quite a handful of friends that have moved up there recently as well. So, and one of them being Nick Benefield, who I directed for this past year. So I think it would be ideal to go up there. I don't know if I'll go up there right away. I think it depends what directing apprenticeships I may land or may not land. And I will kind of have to be figuring that all out in the fall, to be honest, to see what I get accepted to, what I don't, and then work from there. So,
So you'll start applying in the fall for
Yes, ma'am.
those, yes.
yes, ma'am.
And hopefully in January you'll have some place to go. Is that what you're saying?
Hopefully. Sometimes it's a little longer before I know. So I may be kind of free balling for a bit and just trying to.
Your mom would love to have you come home.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah. She's very supportive of me going and spreading my wings because she knows I love Greenwood, but I've grown up here for almost my entire life, and I could definitely see myself coming back eventually. But right now where I'm at, I think I want to travel and try to get employed at some other places around the country and just see what's out there before I come back home. Now, I might end up back home right after graduation, right. So, we'll see. But, she's been very, very, very supportive of me just exploring theater as a career and avenue. So.
Well, I know last year we talked about you originally were going to go into music,
I was.
You? Yes.
Yes. That's how I ended up at Belmont, because I originally went for music therapy, which is a great program and I loved it, but I ended up starting a musical theater club on campus. That's how I got into directing. I just started directing the productions for that club. And I ended up spending more time doing that than my actual major. And right. I was like, well, I probably need to switch my major in that case, which is why I'm having to do an extra semester of school, because I'm cramming my theater degree into 5 semesters. So, yeah, but I've got a music minor out of it, which is very helpful because I do love directing musicals and I still love music. So it actually quite worked out.
Quite worked out.
So
how have you enjoyed Nashville?
I love Nashville. It is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And like I said, I love music. So Nashville is a great city for music. However, I probably will be looking to move out of Nashville eventually. Just because I just want to see what else is out there, You
want to see the world.
Yeah. A lot of my friends are still in Nashville, though. So I could see myself being there just for like a bit, but I wish I had more concrete answers where I was going, what I was
cool.
doing.
I think a lot of young people today don't really want to get out in the world and are not willing to take their chances with where they're going. Yeah. So to me, it's refreshing, because when I went to college, let me out there. I want to just see the world. And got in all kinds of trouble, but I had a good time doing it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm excited. I'm open to anything and to going anywhere. So, yeah.
That's great. Well, now you've been working, you grew up in Greenwood Community Theater.
Yes, I did.
I mean, that whole experience, anybody that has probably seen anything in the theater in the last 15 years has seen Nora Jones in some part of it. And now she's back here directing. And tell us what you're doing right now.
So I am directing Hamlet right now. And we've done Summer Shakespeare for 4 productions, 4 summers before this. And I've been involved in all of them.
Right.
And because I'm addicted to theater. And I do love Shakespeare. And well, it was me and Joseph Plyler and McKenna Sloan, who have also been involved with the productions, and Ryan Hewitt, the artistic director. Usually, will reach out to us and be like, hey, have y'all thought about Summer Shakespeare? Because we keep it very kind of like a smaller production sort of scale size, and just he lets us kind of find the creative departments and sort of branch out and see, okay, well, who's interested in directing? How can we put this up as a Summer Shakespeare experience? And so this year, I originally was going to be applying for internships that would last me the entire summer. So I was thinking I wouldn't be here. And then Tracy, my director at school, offered me that position in Wisconsin, which was about a month long. And I was like, well, of course I'm going to do that. I'm going to get paid. And, but then it ended up that I would be here for a month after that, because that would take up pretty much the first half of my summer. And so I told that to Ryan and Joey and McKenna, and it just worked out that Joey and McKenna had directed them before, and they're like, well, Nora, do you want to direct this one? And also, what if we did a tragedy? Because we haven't done one of those yet. And I said, yes. And I had heard people that had done Shakespeare in the past be interested in Hamlet or Romeo and Juliet, and those were the 2 main ones I had heard. And we ended up landing with Hamlet, and I made my concept, and I had table reads over Zoom while I was in Wisconsin. And we've put on this production in about a month, and I'm really excited about it.
So, now I understand you've shortened it down some.
I have.
Yes. Okay. So, what should the people, when they come to see it, let's see, that's tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow's opening night.
And tomorrow and Friday night.
And Saturday afternoon.
And Saturday afternoon. 7 or 7:30?
So 7:30 tomorrow night, Friday night, and then 2 p.m. Saturday.
Yes.
Yes.
So tell me what the concept, how you developed what you're doing here. What's the difference between the tragic 4-hour show and what you have for about, 2 hours? Is that what you were telling me?
2 to 2.5. We've got a 15-minute intermission included in there, so I'd say about 2.5. My concept was perspective, and I've been heavily involved in designing the show as well with lights and sound and set. And so I wanted all of my design elements, and with my other designers, Noah Bunting, who is playing Hamlet and is also costuming the show.
Right.
And Lexi Rackley, who's also in the show playing Guildenstern, and she is prop designing the show. I wanted us to be able to collaborate and create something cohesive off of perspective. So the idea is that the audience will be viewing this world through the lens of Hamlet. And Hamlet is a very young man dealing with grief and the loss of his father. And from his perspective, he struggles seeing past right or wrong or black and white. And he looks at everything through sort of a binary lens, like this is good, this is bad. And he struggles seeing the gray area. So I took that into perspective, and our set is designed on a pretty expressionistic style with black and white monochromatic scale grade. And the colors in the show come through with how Hamlet sees, from his perspective, allegiances. So the Ghost and Hamlet are designed primarily in blues and with black tying into that set piece. And then Claudius, his uncle, is the red, and it's those colors contrasting against each other. And then Ophelia, who her father is allegiant to Claudius, but she's also more in line with Hamlet. She's more in the purples, and there's some oranges and pinks, and it is all through how Hamlet views people, and those colors can change throughout the show versus how Hamlet views them differently. So are you going to explain
this before you start the show?
I have it in a director's note. I think it's pretty clear, though. I mean, even if you don't know that the concept is perspective, you come in and you know it's a tragedy, and you see the world in sort of a liminal space, and these colors I use very drastically in lighting, and I use very drastically in costuming. And it's, at least from my perspective, and if it's not clear to an audience perspective, but I think it will be, they can see who is tied into what colors. And even if they don't necessarily understand black and white is to depict how Hamlet sees right or wrong, they at least can see it as kind of a neutral setting for these colors to come and clash and overpower with each other.
Wow. That sounds pretty interesting. Now, are you in the play too?
I am not.
You're not. You're just directing.
I am just directing and set designing and light designing and sound designing.
So how is the sets and all this? Is it all done?
It is. Well, except I've got to do one touch-up thing tonight.
Okay.
But yes, it is done.
It is done. Well, that's pretty cool. So is your now? I understand your mom is working as a stage mom. No, not really. What is she doing?
Bless Ellen Jones. Like I said, this is kind of a troupe style, and we're just bringing in people that are interested with shakes. Of course, we hold open auditions, but with the production team, it's just the people that are interested. And the way schedules were lining up this summer, I just had a lot of people that I'd normally gone to just kind of had conflicting schedules. And I was on the phone with her while I was in Nashville. I was like, I don't know who I'm going to get on this stage management team. And she went, well, I'll do it. And so I was like, really? And she said, yeah, I'm interested. So her and Lily Palomino have been our rehearsal stage managers, and neither of them have been on stage management before, but they're doing a great job. And then Audrey Shepard, who she stage managed Susan Glaspell for me last year. She was busy because she was actually working at the Spoleto Festival in Charleston this summer, but she came back for the back end of our production, and she's calling the show, and she's stepped in. So we have like a 3-person stage management team going here.
You can't fail that way, right?
Right. But we've got 2 people that are newer, and then 1 person that's really experienced coming in and kind of like tying in the show together. So they've been great to work with, and the 3 of them have been working off of each other well. So
Now, when you look at on Facebook, y'all posted all the actors in the play. It looks like quite a cast here to be working
it's
with.
a very talented cast.
A very talented cast. A
Yes.
large class, though, right?
Yes, we've got 14 wonderful cast members in our cast.
How is it to direct something like this, Nora?
It's wonderful. I mean, I will say because Hamlet is a 4-hour production originally, and we cut it down to about 2.5, I wanted to keep it very moving, very captivating, very, interesting for the audience to keep them engaged. So there's a lot of design elements. It's a lot more technically heavy, I would say, than some of the past summer shakes have been, and because it needs it to support more of that tragedy.
And it's inside, right?
Yeah, and it's inside.
Originally you used to do those outside, right?
Yeah, which
Down at
limited tech, of course.
Right.
So that's been like an added challenge, especially with like in a month time span to get this big show and technically heavy show together. But the cast has been troopers about it. We got it blocked fairly quickly, I think a week and a half. And then I just worked with them and did table work and did fight choreography. We have some very fun fights in this show. And yeah, we're down
gotta
to the
make it look
wire.
real now, right?
Yeah, we do. And I think
Is there a class on that, by the way? How to do fight punches?
there is actually.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
I have taken stage combat. At
Stage
Belmont.
combat?
Yes, it's so fun.
I'll bet it is.
It's one of the best classes because you learn how to throw fake punch and
Right.
you learn basic rapier foil sword fighting.
Right.
And there's you can get certified as a fight choreographer. I'm not, but
Right.
me and my assistant director, who is also playing Claudius, Joseph Plyler, we took on the fight choreography for this show, and we just kind of pieced it together with our actors, and I'm pretty proud of it. I think it looks great.
Wow, that's cool. I didn't know there was actually a class that you could take in that.
Yes, there's people that have full careers just in fight choreography. The teacher at Belmont, and a little dog is here in the studio, and she licked me, and sorry, that took me off track. Hi, she's so cute. I'm sorry. But yes, there is full careers in fight choreography that
Wow,
exist.
I did not know that.
I think it's cool. I don't know if
is
that's for me. I don't know if I'm quite there yet, but it is cool.
Right.
Yeah.
So you just took one course in it then?
I did. I just have basic stage combat training, which is helpful because on a lot of shows I've had to assistant direct or even direct, I've been able to do minor sequences or be the fight coach and just
Right.
kind of critique and clean up the sequences. So I felt confident enough in that, but I was really appreciative of Joey's help because we have a sword fight, a very elaborate sword fight
Right.
at the end of the show. And I told him, now, Joey, I have basic combat training, but I have never choreographed a sword fight. And so we made it work. And like I said, I'm pretty proud of it. I think it's very exciting and it looks very good.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Now, one of the things about this that's rather interesting is it's a pay as you can.
Yes.
Yes. So tell us how that works.
So this is what we've done for all of our summer shakes. It's just pay what you can at the door. Usually we'll have like jar container or something, and just if you can give a penny, that's great. If you can give $1 million, that's great.
Right.
But it's just, pay what you can to keep supporting summer shakes so that we can keep doing this and that we can keep Shakespeare alive for years to come. So yeah, pretty casual. And we
Right.
don't have tickets or anything. It's just walk in, pay what you can, get a seat, enjoy the show.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Well, so you've been working on this a month? Is that what you're saying?
The rehearsal process a month. Me working on it has been a little bit longer.
Okay. Okay.
It takes a while to get, the show's concept in place, to cut the script, to get the production team to decide that you're doing the show. I would say the actual process started February, January-esque is when the gears started turning. But the actual rehearsal process of the cast was cast and started rehearsing in the space was about a month.
That's tremendous. That's tremendous. Because Hamlet's not easy to do either.
No,
No.
no, it's not. But I think I knock on wood, think we've pulled it off.
Right.
Yes, and it's been a challenge, but I don't think I could have done it without the cast that we have. And
So who's in the cast?
Yes, so we have Noah Bunting, who I mentioned is also costume designing, as Hamlet. We have Joey Plyler as Claudius, Julia Dixon as Gertrude, Olivia Weeks as Ophelia, Marino Martin as Horatio, Tony Sciarra as Ghost, Lexi Rackley and Lauren Elizabeth Constant as Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. I feel like I've got to list all of them now or I'm going to be in trouble. J.W. Martin and Harper Caravies as Marcellus and Barnardo. Carrie Carlisle is one of the players. Wade Dixon is Fortinbras. Oh no, who am I forgetting? Oh, Matt Killingsworth is Laertes. This is just a challenge now. This feels like a quiz.
Right, yes.
If I've forgotten someone in the cast and you're listening to this, I'm so sorry. And I love and appreciate you. Let's see, Matt. I think that's it.
Well, it's a pretty big group there on
It's
that
14,
poster.
Yeah, it's 14 people. If I missed someone, oh dear, I'm going to hear about it. I go to rehearsal right after this. If I miss someone, go look on Greenwood Community Theater Facebook and give them love if I did miss anybody.
Well, I think that's terrific, and I think it is terrific what you're doing in the theater. I think so many times people would like to go into theater, but they get dissuaded by parents or whatever. I mean, because it's kind of an iffy career.
Yeah, I've always had a family that has really supported me being in the arts and really supported me exploring what I want to explore, even from music therapy to theater directing. So I'm very thankful and blessed to have the family that I have. However, I will say, going into the arts, I've learned so much more about the career paths that are in the arts that just aren't talked about or maybe as well known. Like even just talking about, yes, there's full careers as fight choreographers.
Right.
I know several that go around, or intimacy choreographers for stage. And I've been trained in dramaturgy and intimacy choreography and acting coaching and dialect.
Choreography?
Yes, we have intimacy choreography in the show as well. It is, intimacy choreography is, it's like a dance. You know, you might have a more romantic scene, if you will, on stage, and it's to ensure that the actors are safe to desexualize any content, and it keeps it a very rehearsed and precise process that I think really heightens the show with how you add to it. So yeah, there's so many careers in the arts that just aren't talked about, that are hard to explore. That being said, it is still hard to pursue a career in the arts, of course, but I encourage anyone that is interested to do it, because there's so many more avenues than they may realize, that I even realized before going into college, to be honest. So yeah,
I think that's pretty exciting, and I think it is great. So long-term, futuristically, what would be the ultimate goal of Nora Jones if the world was her oyster? You're going to spend a year doing apprentice type stuff, but where would you like to end up if you could at this moment looking at your life?
Honestly, I think the end goal is to be in a city that is surrounded by my friends and people that I care about, in a career in the arts that I love, that is financially supportive of myself. And I like to keep it pretty open like that, because in careers in the arts, you do have to be ready to work gig to gig to gig to gig until maybe you land something that's more permanent, or maybe you don't. And I just know as long as I am continuously doing what I love around people that I love, I'll be happy. I think like a bigger goal is I would love to be a professor at a university at some point in my life. I know that's why I want to go back to grad school at some point. So I guess that would be like the long-term permanent goal somewhere in my lifespan. But other than that, yeah, to just keep on keeping on with directing in the arts and theater.
That's pretty cool. Well, we are here with Nora Jones. The show that she has been directing, Hamlet, opens tomorrow night at Greenwood Community Theater, 7:30. Pay as you can. Bring a large group, right?
Yes, bring everyone.
Everyone
you know should come see Hamlet.
Now, but is Hamlet for children?
I mean,
yeah, right.
I would say, nah.
Probably. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm asking. Yeah,
I would say probably 13 and up would be good for Hamlet.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's just something for people to know, right?
Yeah.
If they don't know that much about the story and everything, that would be something to know. But it is a great show. I have seen some of Nora's work. She is a great director,
Thank you.
very hardworking director. And you know what I like, Nora, is I think you try to make sure you cover every base that's out there. And that's what young people usually try to do, right? They try to cover it all. They get older, it's like, that'll be all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it should be a fun production of fun, meaning fun to see you and see how you've put it together.
Mm-hmm.
What else would you like us to know about? Anything about Hamlet that you'd like us to know?
Yeah, I mean, Hamlet, it's the tragedy you know and love, but with some twists. I think the designs add a new exciting layer to it that you might not be expecting. And yes, it is a tragedy, but it does have some comedic moments, and it has some lighthearted moments. It does have some very tragic moments, but it's,
It does have some fight scenes, too.
It does have some fight scenes.
So we're all good here.
Some punches are thrown, some swords are brought out. Yes. So I think it's very exciting. And if your high school class is reading Hamlet this summer, you should definitely come see Hamlet.
Well, there you go. Give yourself a little up, right?
Yes.
On advantage there.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you, have you ever wanted to be in the movies?
Oh, no.
Well, I was just thinking about that. Yeah.
And let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because I took a class that was called Film Acting for the Camera, where you have to talk and then watch yourself on a huge screen immediately after, and I've never hated anything more in my life. I am such a theater actor. I love acting on stage, that seeing myself that close up and making all the weird quirky faces that I do, I was like, no, that is not for me. I love and appreciate film, but I am a theater girl through and through.
Well, that's cool. I mean, but that's what I was just thinking about, if you ever wanted to be on the big screen. So the answer is no.
I think working on a film set would be fun, though. Even as like a dramaturg, or being there as a research analyst, or just being on film set, I think would be really cool. And maybe I could be swayed, but I would just never look at myself on the screen or monitor.
You'd never
ever.
go to it.
No, I'd be like, that's for the director to look at. That's for the editors to look at. I'm just going to trust the process.
I was reading about Sharon Stone, and the scene where she crosses her legs.
Oh, yes.
In the movie, and they wanted her to do this scene, and they told her she had the ultimate cut, she had the ultimate decision about it. And there's a long article about her going with it because she knew that that's what made the movie, right? Mm-hmm. But how she could have said, no, don't use that shot. Mm-hmm. It was an interesting story about her, and how she came to the decision that really should be the director's choice.
Yeah. That's what directors for. Be the eyes and ears of the show. Tell you, no, that's not working, or yes, it is, and let the actors make the actors look good. Is pretty much the director's job. Yeah.
So, but I thought that was most interesting as far as the story, and she had to take off her underwear.
Oh.
Because the white was reflecting on the camera.
Oh. There's always weird things like that you don't expect to be problems that are problems. Yeah.
And plus, I guess it added to the darkness of it.
Yes. Yeah.
But I just thought that was so funny that it was a really just, I was sitting there in the dentist's office, just had nothing to do, came across that. I said, well, that looks interesting.
Yeah.
Read that. Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. They gave her the autonomy to decide whether or not it was in the film.
She had the right.
I think it is always important to, get the actor's opinion, because while you are the one watching the stage, it's also the actors feeling it. Mm-hmm. You need to know, does this feel right? Does this feel right to the character? So I appreciate that.
That's cool. Well, Nora, I think we're going to finish up here. I think it is so exciting. You'll be graduating in December, and you've got one more big play that you'll be doing at Belmont.
Yes. Yes.
And finishing up with some classes. And then you'll have to please keep me in the loop so I can tell our listeners, well, she's off to Europe and she's got a gig over there and she's going to be doing it in French.
Ooh, please manifest that for me. I would love that. I don't speak French, but I can learn.
That's right. I'm sure you could get it down. You
Yes.
could get it down. You would learn to communicate, right?
Sure, if I have a gig in France, I will.
Yeah, there you go. I think you've got a lot of possibilities and a lot of great things that you're going to do. And I know your mom and your dad are very, very proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So come out. Tell them one more time what they're going to come see tomorrow night. So
Yes.
they'll come see it.
What you are going to come see
Right.
is Hamlet at Greenwood Community Theater inside the theater at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night, August 7th, and August 8th, Friday night, also at 7:30 p.m., and Saturday at 2 p.m., August 9th. I think I said that correctly. Yes, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, this weekend at GCT Hamlet.
So this is your opportunity to go see a quality play. Pay what you can. Bring a large group.
Yes,
is
bring
right.
everyone.
And come out and have a good time and celebrate Nora's directing here on the GCT stage. You will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. She does a great job. You did the sets, worked on the sets and everything.
Yes.
And we're all really proud of you. And we're hoping that you get that gig in France.
Yeah, me too.
All right, that's going to do it for us right here on WCRS. I will be back in the morning. I believe we will have the Lieutenant Governor with us tomorrow morning, 9:30. Then at 1-ish, we are going to have Representative Sherry Biggs. We will just be doing a live Facebook. We will not be on the radio, but we'll replay it on the radio. And then tomorrow afternoon, we have Dr. Soha with the Bariatric Division of Self Regional Hospital. That should be a fascinating discussion tomorrow afternoon. So this is WCRS right here in Greenwood. Thanks everybody for tuning in. That'll do it for us. Bye-bye. Thanks, Nora.
Thank you so much.
All right, take it away.